Today, an interview with the Orc and Boyan Radakovich from TableTop. Hello and welcome to Pulp Gamer Prime. I'm Don Dam.
And I'm Scott Forster. Today on the show, we've got an exclusive interview with Orc storyteller Grok Bloodface.
But first, the newest and hottest show to hit the internet, TableTop, with Wil Wheaton and a rotating cast of celebrities. It's pretty sexy stuff, and today we have the associate producer of the show with us, Boyan Radakovich.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Actually, I've been here before. Right?
You're right. Welcome back. That's kind of how it goes.
It's like a homecoming.
I know it. So, TableTop. Wow, this whole thing with the Geek Sundry channel, Felicia Day and Wil Wheaton doing TableTop.
Yeah, really excited.
How did you come upon getting involved with that show?
Okay, well, I'll tell you the story real quick. Last year, Google decided that they wanted to become a content creator, and they didn't want to just have this like low-quality YouTube lo-fi stuff with people around the kitchen table, that kind of thing. So they put $100 million in to the creative community. And they said, if you're a producer, submit your budget. And Felicia Day submitted her budget, and she said, I'm going to do this channel. It's going to be all this geeky stuff. It's going to be awesome. And Google said, go for it. And as soon as she got the money, she called Wil. Mm-hmm. And she's like, what do you want to do? And Wil said, I basically want to hang out with my friends and play games.
And get paid to do it.
And she said, all right, golden, you're in. So it basically, Felicia, Sherry, and Kim are the executive producers on the channel. And then for TableTop, Wil was brought in as executive producer for that show, and then he called me up, so essentially as associate producer.
Right. Now, I understand one of your first big roles involved with the show was actually making the connection to get with the publishers and get some of the games lined up for the show.
Yeah, that's right. So essentially, I was like the liaison, so I called up all my friends in the industry, and I was like, I can't really talk about this project, but trust me, you want to be involved? And they're like, well, I don't know. Really, I couldn't talk about it. I didn't have like a sales kit. I didn't have anything because it was all hush-hush, brand new. Like we hadn't announced anything at all. So I called up everyone and I said, trust me, you want to be on the show? And they said, all right, cool. And that's basically my first role was kind of consulting, making sure that the show was sort of the right format, that we covered the right games, that we had the right mix. If you notice, it's mostly like gateway games. It's not like hardcore hobby games.
Right. I think right now you have Small World up, Settlers of Catan, and what's some of the games coming up here in the future?
Some of the games coming up, we have Zombie Dice, Tsuro, Get Bet. These are all like small casual games. We have Ticket to Ride, which is a classic, beautiful game. We have Castle Panic. There's a lot of them, but like I don't want to spoil it. So
sure. So Bo, I didn't realize this, but I was just recently made aware that I guess there's a little bit of skeptics out there, like thinking it's reality TV and that the game is rigged and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like it didn't even cross my mind, but I thought, since it did come up, let's address it.
Right. Okay, so it's essentially the show is filmed like TV, right? It's edited like TV. It's all in HD. Some people watch it on TV and so on, but it's live, man. Like I even said in some of these games, the game might run long. We have a tight production schedule. We can't actually go over a certain amount of time because we have all the crew there. Can I rig it? Can I like put a couple more resources? Can I like fudge some dice? And Wil's like, no. Like absolutely no. Don't touch the cards. Don't touch the dice. Like everything you see on the show is real. There is it's not fudged in any way. It's like it's as it is.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, when they're picking people to put on the show, do you tend to get one or two experts of the game and one or two beginners, or like all beginners or all experts?
That's tough. Yeah, casting was actually really difficult because of the way we shot. Our production schedule was super tight. We essentially filmed all 20 episodes in 2 weeks. Wow. So every day it was like a 12-hour shoot. We did multiple episodes per day. And the hardest thing was getting our guests to commit to a time slot. So when I first saw the guest list, my mind was like exploding with how many like awesome people were on there. But then we'd say, can you be here at 3:00 on this Saturday? And they're like, no. It's like, all right, well, can't do it. But maybe we'll get you in season 2. So really it was whoever was available. And so that means some people were gamers, some people had played a little bit before, and some people had no idea at all. And that was part of my job, was to train people up on basic strategy so they didn't look foolish on camera. So like beforehand, we do like a little training mode where like I break out the game, I give them some like strategy tips, like okay, this is a very good strategy. Manage these resources, look for this card. If you see this happen, you're in really bad shape, like that kind of stuff.
I really like the way when the show progresses, you kind of get, you see them playing the games. It's like, oh, here's a little tip that kind of, so you're learning the game as they play. It's not all front loaded.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a pretty exciting way to do that.
Yeah, I mean, essentially the format is it's Will's game night, right? Just like our game nights. Like we hang out, we have our friends over, we just relax, and it's not necessarily about the game, it's about the interaction. Right. So it's essentially dinner for five and celebrity poker together. So it's more about the guests, about the camaraderie, like the laughing, the jokes, and that kind of stuff. And then along the way, you learn to play the game, and it's been really, really successful.
What about getting games on the show in the future? We're gonna have a season 2?
I would love to have a season 2. We just started season 1, right? This is basically we launched on April 2nd, so we have a massive success already. We already have 4.5 million channel views, which is ridiculous. So
that's at the time of the recording.
Yeah, right. So it's probably by the
24 hours later or whatever it is. Yeah, who knows?
It's probably after. It's probably over 5 million by the time you guys air. But it's really successful. And of the 90 some shows that were approved by Google, we're ranked number 3 currently. So the chances are very good of us getting to season 2, but we only get that if you guys support. Because what Google wants, they want to see metrics. They want to see links. They want to see comments. They want to see people talking about it. Really, the best thing you can do is to support the show, and to get a season 2 is to just go there, watch, subscribe.
And buy one of those t-shirts?
Buy a t-shirt, yeah. Yeah, we'd love it. I'd love to do season 2. I'm working right now on planning for season 2, and we got a lot of awesome stuff. I mean, if we get it, it's going to be even bigger and
that's good.
More awesome. So,
God, thanks a lot, Bo, for coming on the show today. Yeah. It's good to see you again.
Sure.
That was Boyan Radakovich, associate producer of TableTop, one of the shows, of course, on the Geek and Sundry network at geekandsundry.com.
That looks very cool. Don, by the way, I've got an idea for a new show. Basically, it's going to be me and my friends, and we're going to sit around and we're going to play games.
Not seeing
and
it.
We can
you just don't have the stage presence that Will and his friends do.
Really?
No.
I think I do. Yeah. I'm coming after you, Wheaton.
The world was turned upside down nearly 50 years ago when the Fae poured into it. Since then, we've learned to live alongside our new neighbors. Joining us for the first time today, an orc from the Anasazi Sunhold Reservation, ensconced in the Santa Catalina's Mountains, just north of our studio. Grok Bloodface, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It is great to be here.
Grok, you seem quite charismatic. Is that, forgive me if I seem insensitive and ignorant. I don't know a lot of orcs. Is that a skill unique to you, or are all orcs that charismatic?
Orcs, by their very nature, are gregarious. I think it's because we are the most handsome of all the Fae. Our beauty gives us confidence. How could it not?
Okay, so, Grok, tell me, you've got this Kickstarter campaign that you've been starting. Just get your story out there.
Not my story.
Oh, okay.
My stories aren't something I'd share with the world, if you know what I mean. What I'm talking about are the classic stories. I've picked out 10 I'd really like to tell.
Now, are these stories we'd be familiar with? Ones that we've heard of before?
Of a sort. You've heard versions.
Okay.
Very watered-down versions of the original orc stories. You call them fairy tales. I never understood why. Most of these stories do not have fairies in them. Plus, most fairies have the attention span of a spark. So even if they were central to a story, it would have to be a very, very short story.
Grok, I think we're losing you.
What does it look like?
Yeah, it's all staticky.
Does this work?
Nope.
I'm sorry. We don't have the best reception around here.
Understandable.
We'd have a little bit better bandwidth if Skippy could turn off the damn porn. Skippy, turn off the porn! I'm trying to do something here! I can hear that!
Do we need to do this another time, Grog?
Okay. I think I got it.
Yeah, okay. I got you now. Let's see. How about storytelling? What caused you to become a storyteller?
Orcs these days. We find ourselves in this great land with great space and great events, but we've lost contact with our Fae heritage. Young orcs growing up like me, first generation no Fae orcs, are losing the sense of who they are. Someone had to be the one to remind the first gens what things used to be like. It might as well be me. You had to admit, I certainly had the face for it.
You do. So how do we help?
Okay, go to Kickstarter.com and see the video. Everything is explained there.
All right. I guess we'll link that everywhere we can. Okay, Grok, our show usually centers around the gaming community, so I have to ask, what do you play any games?
Games? Games. Orcs invented games. We had to. What else are you going to do between war and battle? Yes, I love games, especially games of chance. Anything to do with dice. Oh, I found this game store in Tucson that had all these games I've never even heard of before. And some of them had these funny dice, too. Did you know that you could get dice with 20 sides?
I think I might have heard of that.
Skippy, turn off the porn! What the hell is wrong with you? It's been going for 4 hours!
Wow.
Well, that's about it. Be sure to visit...
Can I plug my Facebook page?
Sure.
Go like me at Facebook.com. And check me out at Twitter.com/Grok Bloodface.
Hey, great. Thanks, Grok. So we grokbloodface.com, talesofanorc.com, both of those of which I think right now are just leading right to Grok's Kickstarter campaign. So
love to
be
see
sure to
it.
go check that out. We're, of course, give our full support and welcome Grok Bloodface. Officially, he's now part of the network.
Excellent. Part of the Pulp Gamer family.
Yeah, exactly. So, go check that out. And I think that's also a show, isn't it?
That felt like a show. Two interviews. 2 awesome interviews.
Yeah.
Big shows coming out.
It's good to have Bo back. It was fun to see Bo again. It was kind of a startling experience with Grok.
Right. That doesn't happen every day.
It doesn't.
Tell all your friends.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Thanks a lot.
See you later.
PulpGamer.com